Stop. Look at your life for a second. Not the one you manage, not the one you survive, the one you actually live. Do you see it? Or is it just slipping quietly while you check boxes, respond to emails, handle someone else's priorities, and tell yourself it's enough? Here's the problem no one warned you about. The longer you manage life instead of designing it, the more expensive every decision becomes. Every opportunity quietly disappears. Every year you spend surviving instead of choosing, you give away your power. And the worst part? You may never notice it. Because management feels productive. Because staying busy feels safe. Because no one applauds intentional design the way they applaud reliability. But here's the tension. What you're holding on to, comfort, control, routine, what feels like security. It's actually stealing decades from you. Not in dramatic chaos. Quietly, reliably, permanently. Ask yourself this. Are you living a life that chose you, or are you living a life you were handed and convinced yourself is yours? In the next few minutes, you're going to see why pretending everything is fine is costing more than exhaustion. You're going to see why management is not mastery. And you're going to realize that if you don't act deliberately, time will decide for you, and it's not negotiating. Stay with me, because once you see this, you cannot unsee it. And what comes next will force you to confront the truth. Are you living, or are you surviving someone else's design? Imagine waking up, moving through your morning like clockwork, every task checked off, every person's needs attended. Everything seems orderly, precise, even admirable. You are the one others rely on, the one who keeps it all together. And yet, inside, there's a quiet dissonance you can't name. That subtle tension behind the eyes, that low hum of stress in your chest, that sense that something is slipping, even when nothing is wrong. You've been trained to value competence above curiosity, to value reliability above authorship, and it works until it doesn't. The illusion of control makes you feel powerful while it quietly strips you of authority over your own life. Here's the tension. Every hour you spend stabilizing, troubleshooting, smoothing over, is an hour you don't spend asking what you actually want. Every commitment you accept out of obligation is a brick in the wall between you and your potential. You've been conditioned to believe that functioning equals living. But functioning can be a slow poison. It feels productive. It feels necessary. And that is why so few people notice how trapped they are. This chapter is not about blame. It's about clarity. You didn't fall into this trap because you're weak. You fell into it because survival skills were rewarded, attention was fragmented, and life demanded maintenance long before it demanded creation. The real cost is invisible, subtle, but relentless. It manifests in moments when the world asks for more creativity, more risk, more imagination, and your system of control resists. You're excellent at running the machine, but incapable of designing it. And that gap between competence and authorship is where regret begins to accumulate. Every routine carries a hidden cost. It starts innocently. You organize your mornings, structure your work, anticipate conflicts before they happen. You call it efficiency. You call it responsibility. But here's the twist. Every efficient choice you make without deliberate intention is a withdrawal from the bank of your potential. Time compounds silently. Decisions you postpone today become obligations tomorrow. Systems that once provided clarity now feel like chains. Small compromises escalate into habits that define your identity. You don't see it happening until one day you realize you've spent years keeping life running, and none of it reflects what you truly want. This chapter is about noticing that debt. The debt isn't monetary, it's existential. It is the accumulation of all the not now later decisions, all the quiet concessions to convenience, all the compromises that made life manageable but not yours. Imagine watching someone else live your life while you maintain the stage, adjust the lighting, and ensure the props never fall. That's what routine can do. Management rewards competence, but it punishes vision. It keeps you visible to others, but invisible to yourself. And the tension is unavoidable. Every day you delay designing, Every moment you let habit dictate action, time extracts its interest. You may not feel it immediately, but the consequence is inevitable. This is the danger no one dramatizes. It isn't chaos, it's quiet erosion. The key is awareness, seeing routine not as neutral, but as a decision with consequences. Understanding that maintenance masquerades as mastery, and mastery cannot exist without authorship. The moment you perceive the debt, you begin to reclaim control, not through more management, but through deliberate design. Safety is seductive. You've structured your life so meticulously that danger seems absent. You've minimized mistakes, avoided failure, and built systems that prevent instability. You feel competent, you feel secure, and yet, that security is not freedom. There's a subtle tension every day, a faint dissonance that grows heavier over time. It whispers when you consider a bold choice, a new direction, or a dream that doesn't align with responsibility. Your mind resists, your body tightens, and what you call fear is really the echo of potential lost. The conflict is psychological. Staying safe maintains comfort, but sacrifices growth. Staying safe prolongs stability, but diminishes agency. Every day, you prioritize others' expectations over your own aspirations. You slowly trade meaning for efficiency. Stories throughout history, artists, thinkers, leaders, illustrate this. People who played it safe often reached competence, but never creation. They maintained life without ever authoring it. They achieved respect, but not fulfillment. They earned stability, but lost themselves. This is the moment many fail to notice. Safety is not neutral. It is a choice, and unexamined choices compound over decades. That subtle choice, keeping life manageable, quietly shapes your identity, values, and opportunities without permission. Here's the insight. Freedom isn't granted by competence or routine. It emerges when you deliberately decide what to protect, what to abandon, and what to create. The cage of safety is only broken by design, not by more management, not by more rules, not by more efficiency. Only by asking, am I living or just surviving? Have you noticed how fast the day disappears? Not in chaos, not in drama, just quietly. One email at a time, one meeting at a time, one urgent task after another, and suddenly the week is gone. The month is gone. Years pass while you feel competent, in control, and empty. Attention is the currency of life. Every time you respond to someone else's priority, you spend a piece of your most valuable resource. Every distraction, every obligation you accepted because it seemed necessary costs more than you realize. Here's the tension. It feels productive. It feels responsible. And that is precisely why it's dangerous. You don't perceive the slow erosion because competence and survival give a false sense of mastery. You are not lazy. You are not failing. You are doing exactly what was conditioned into you, responding, fixing, handling. But here's the truth. Responding to life is not the same as shaping it. Stories repeat across history. People of extraordinary intellect and skill who spent decades managing instead of creating often look back at mastery achieved without meaning. They were respected, they were competent, they were exhausted, and the time they could have spent designing something profoundly, theirs had vanished quietly. This is loss you don't feel in the moment. You feel it in subtle dissatisfaction. The yearning for something undefined. The recurring question, is this all? The solution begins with awareness, recognizing that your attention is being spent, not invested, that every automatic choice, every act of maintenance, is a withdrawal from the life you could have authored. The challenge is that this awareness alone is uncomfortable. It forces you to confront that for months, years, even decades, your energy has been diverted. But discomfort is the signal of opportunity, because only when you see the theft can you reclaim your attention and start designing instead of merely surviving. Imagine the satisfaction of checking boxes. Task complete. Crisis handled. People appeased. It feels good. You tell yourself you are effective. You are indispensable. And for a moment, that narrative feels correct. But here's the conflict. While you feel busy, your life's design slips quietly. You are optimizing operations, not intentions. You are responding to what is urgent, not what is essential. This is loss aversion in action. The fear of discomfort keeps you occupied. Avoidance masquerades as productivity. You avoid reflection because reflection might reveal your dissatisfaction. You avoid decisive choices because they carry risk. And all the while, time marches. Consider historical figures who mastered complexity but neglected purpose. Brilliant minds consumed by routine, revered for competence, often looked back, realizing decades had been spent maintaining systems that were never theirs to author. Their attention had been fragmented by urgency, their creativity trapped under obligation. Here is the tension for you. Competence comforts, avoidance protects, but safety, like security, is deceptive. Comfort preserves life, but it does not design it. The step forward is not efficiency. It is clarity, not busyness, but deliberation. Not more tasks, but deeper questions. What do you truly want? What is worth spending your energy on? What is slipping through your fingers while you respond instead of choose? Your attention is finite, your life is finite, and the cost of avoidance is not immediate. It is cumulative, invisible, irreversible. That is why the busy life is seductive. It distracts you from realizing what you are losing. Every request you fulfill, every expectation you meet, every yes you utter because it feels safer than refusal, they accumulate, they shape you, they define you more than your choices ever do. People think life is controlled by crises, but life is truly controlled by the quiet acquiescence to what others want from you. One compromise at a time, you hand over the authorship of your schedule, your energy, your future. Here's the tension. You are competent, you are reliable, and people depend on you. Yet those very qualities make it easier to lose yourself in their demands. Safety for others' approval becomes the trap for your authenticity. Consider the lives of historical figures who followed expectations rather than intention. They achieved admiration, respect, and stability, but often reported a deep, unshakable sense of unfulfilled potential. Their external mastery was high. Internal alignment was absent. The solution is deceptively simple and brutally difficult. Say no. Protect your boundaries. Recognize that every unsolicited yes is a tax on your freedom. Each acquiescence compounds, creating a life shaped by someone else's priorities. This is loss framing in motion. What do you stand to lose if you keep complying? Your clarity, your presence, your future self. And yet the pattern repeats because it is easier to comply than confront the discomfort of rejection or conflict. Awareness alone is insufficient. The real challenge is action. Deliberate, consistent, boundary-setting action. This is where life shifts from maintenance to authorship. Picture it. A moment arrives when survival no longer satisfies. A task completed, a crisis averted, a day managed. And still, there is emptiness. That's the signal your inner self has been waiting for. The tension explodes here because survival always offers a false reward. It feels safe. It feels productive. It feels meaningful. But the emptiness whispers, this is not enough. You cannot outrun this signal. It grows louder over time, manifesting as subtle anxiety, persistent dissatisfaction, or a gnawing sense of wasted potential. Stories from extraordinary lives show this pattern repeatedly. People realize decades later that life did not require mastery of tasks. Life required design. Life required presence, alignment, and authorship. They had survived beautifully, but they had not lived intentionally. This is the pivot. The moment where awareness must turn into deliberate choice, where loss becomes motivation, not despair. Where discomfort becomes a compass pointing toward design, not just maintenance. Ask yourself, are you waiting for crisis to force action? Or are you willing to feel the discomfort now, make the hard decisions, and reclaim authority over your life before time decides for you? Because here is the principle: the longer you wait, the more expensive the cost. Decades compound quietly. Opportunity slips silently. Energy, once diverted, rarely returns. This is your threshold moment. Step into it. Recognize the trap of survival, and begin the deliberate shift toward designing a life that is truly yours. Imagine standing at a crossroads. One path feels safe, well-trodden, and predictable. The other is uneven, uncertain, but filled with possibility. Most people choose the safe path. Most people choose management over creation. Designing your life is different. It requires discomfort. It demands decisions that management avoids. It forces you to confront fear, ambiguity, and the unknown. And here is the paradox. This discomfort is not a flaw, it is the compass. Consider historical figures like Leonardo da Vinci or Nikola Tesla. Their brilliance wasn't just intelligence, it was the deliberate, often uncomfortable choice to pursue vision over safety. They sacrificed routine for creativity. They embraced risk over convenience, and in doing so, they shaped lives that were unmistakably their own. You too have the opportunity. But comfort resists. Fear whispers that maintaining your current trajectory is easier, safer. That design is indulgent, unnecessary, or reckless. Yet the truth is brutal. Every day you delay, opportunity compounds against you. Decisions get more complex, risks grow higher, and the cost of inaction multiplies silently. This is loss aversion at its core. Every moment spent avoiding discomfort is a withdrawal from your potential. Every day spent maintaining rather than designing is a tax on your future self. The solution is simple to understand, but challenging to implement. Lean into discomfort. Start small. Make decisions intentionally. Prioritize alignment over obligation. Ask yourself constantly, am I choosing life or merely responding to it? Design is a muscle, not a one-time event. The more you practice discomfort intentionally, the stronger your capacity to author your life becomes. And each act of deliberate choice compounds over time, carving out freedom from the constraints of routine and expectation. Time is your most finite resource. Energy is your most precious currency. And identity is your ultimate asset. Yet all three are constantly eroded when life is managed instead of designed. Picture it. Weeks filled with tasks that serve others, months spent avoiding discomfort, years handed to expectation and obligation. You might feel competent, admired, even successful. But inside, there is depletion. There is emptiness. There is the gnawing realization that your life has been borrowed from someone else's blueprint. The tension here is existential. Without deliberate authorship, you risk living a life of quiet regret. Without conscious boundaries, you give away your energy and authority. Without design, your identity is fragmented across other people's priorities. Now consider what deliberate action looks like. You stop reacting to every external demand. You prioritize time for reflection, for creation, for decisions aligned with your deepest values. You reclaim your attention from distractions and obligations that were never yours to carry. You protect your energy from drains disguised as responsibility. And you consciously sculpt the person you wish to become, not the one everyone else expects. Historical examples illustrate this vividly. Innovators, leaders, and creators often report that their greatest breakthroughs were not born from endless busyness, but from intentional pauses, deliberate choices, and courage to pursue their own design over survival. Their mastery was not task management, it was life authorship. You too can reclaim this, but it requires relentless awareness. It requires refusing the seductive comfort of busyness. It requires acknowledging the invisible theft of your time, energy, and identity, and actively reversing it. This is the culmination, the moment where insight becomes action, where awareness crystallizes into authorship. Designing your life is not about perfection. It is not about eliminating responsibility or chaos. It is about deliberate choice. It is about asking hard questions. Who do I want to be? What do I want to create? Where will I invest my energy? Consider the cost of inaction. Decades pass while life is managed. Dreams stagnate. Identity fragments. Potential dissipates. You may appear competent, efficient, and reliable, but true authorship remains absent. Contrast this with deliberate design. Every choice, no matter how small, compounds. Every boundary you set protects energy for creation. Every intentional pause allows clarity to emerge. Every uncomfortable decision strengthens the capacity to act decisively and purposefully. Stories of historical figures reinforce this. Those who lived deliberately, even at great discomfort, left legacies, innovations, and lives unmistakably their own. They endured criticism, ambiguity, and risk, but they refused to surrender authorship of their life to circumstance or expectation. And this is your invitation. The question is no longer whether you'll change. The question is whether you'll choose to act before time chooses for you, to stop surviving and start designing, to stop reacting and start authoring, to reclaim attention, energy, and identity before it is quietly stolen. Your life is not meant to be managed. It is meant to be designed. Decide deliberately, act intentionally, live unmistakably, because time will not wait. It will not negotiate, and the cost of inaction is more than you can afford. If this video hit you, pause for a moment and ask yourself, am I managing my life or designing it? Comment below with one area of your life you've been just surviving instead of creating. Let's see how many of us are ready to reclaim control. And if you want more videos that cut through distraction, comfort, and routine, teaching you how to act deliberately and design your life, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and join a community that refuses to let time decide for them. Remember, every moment you wait is potential slipping away. Don't let another day go by without deliberate choice. Act now.